Hello and welcome to another video lesson with Mr. Roman. Today the title is Volume of Prisms and Cylinders. So we're going to use a formula. The volume of any prism or cylinder is going to be B times H. And B represents the area of the base and H is going to represent the height. So as we're looking at example 1, it says answer the questions that follow. So first we're going to name the figure. And the figure in this case is a rectangular prism. Now, to find the volume, we have to know what the base is, and we have to know what the height is. So we're going to start with just by highlighting in red here what the area of the base is. So this is going to be the base in red, and it's 6 times 5, which is going to be 30 centimeters squared. So the area of the base is 30 centimeters squared. Now, the height is going to be in blue here, which is 11 centimeters, and that's going to be labeled here, height is 11 centimeters. Now, to find the volume, we take the 11 times the 30, which is the area of the base times the height, and then we say that that's going to be 330 centimeters cubed. So remember, volume is measured in cubic units, so cubes. And in this case, we're talking about cubic centimeters or centimeters cubed. Example 2, same thing. We're going to answer the questions that follow. We're going to start with just by naming the figure. So this particular figure is called a triangular prism. And we're going to identify the base and outline it. And that's in red here. So in red, the base is a triangle. And to find the area of the triangle, we have to do base times height divided by 2. So in this case, the base and the height, remember, of a triangle are perpendicular to each other. So the base being 4, the height being 6. So 4 times 6, and then dividing that by 2 is going to give us 12 centimeters squared for the area of that base. Now the height I've labeled in blue here, which is going to be 8 centimeters. So now to find the volume, we just take the area of the base, which is 12, times the height, which is 8. So 8 times 12 is going to be 96 cubic centimeters or centimeters cubed. Example 3, same thing. We're going to answer the questions that follow. We're going to start with naming the figure. And this is a trapezoidal prism. And the area of the base here in letter C, well, the base is this green trapezoid that I've outlined here. Okay. So in green, the trapezoid, remember the area of the trapezoid is base 1, which is 8, plus base 2, which is 18, then divided by 2, then times the height, which is 12. So I'm going to show that. So base 1, which is 8, plus base 2, which is 18, divided by 2, then times 12. And if we do those calculations, we're going to get 156 centimeters squared. Then we know that the height here is in blue, and that's going to be 20 centimeters. And so now we just take the 156 times the 20 for the volume, which is going to give us 3,120 centimeters cubed, or cubic centimeters. Example 4, we're finding the volume of the cylinder. And if we're using the concept of the area of the base here, the base is just this circle. And the circle has a diameter of 6 centimeters. So we know that the radius of that circle is 3 centimeters. So we also know the area of the circle is pi times radius squared. So we're going to take pi times the radius, which is 3 in this case, squared. And that's going to give us 28.27 centimeters squared for the area of the base. Then we know the height is going to be 4 centimeters. So now to find the volume, we just take the area of the base, which is 28.27, times the height, which is 4. And then when we multiply those together, we're going to get 113.09 cubic centimeters or centimeters cubed. Number 5, it says Caden is drinking a Monster and wants to know how much energy drink is in the can. He would take a look at the label, but the company didn't print it on the can. Caden measured the diameter to be 6.2 centimeters and the height to be 12 centimeters. What is the volume to the nearest hundredth? So here, let's just label the can with the information that we know. So we're going to start with the height being 12 centimeters and the diameter here being 6.2 centimeters. And we know that the area of the base of this can is a circle. So we're going to take pi times radius squared. Well, that's pi times 3.1 squared. And if we do those calculations, we'll get 30.19 centimeters squared. We know the height is 12 centimeters, so now to find the volume, we simply take 30.19 times 12, which is going to be 362.28 cubic centimeters, or centimeters cubed. In example 6, it says the volume of the cylinder is 355 cubic feet and has a height of 12. It's asking to find the radius of this cylinder and round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. So let's just go ahead and label into the cylinder. We know that there's 12 feet is the height. We just don't know what the radius is. Well, we also know that the volume is 355 cubic feet. And we also know the volume is equal to base times height, the area of the base times height. And we know that the height is 12. So we could actually set up an equation here of base, area of the base times 12 has to be equal to 355 cubic feet. Well, to solve this equation, we're going to divide by 12 on both sides so that the B is equal to 29.58. And that's the area of the base. Well, we know the base in this case is a circle. So the area of a circle, remember, is pi r squared. So if I were to take 29.58 and set that equal to pi r squared, then I could solve this equation for radius, which is really what I'm looking for. Remember, r, we don't know that one. So we're going to start solving this equation by dividing both sides by pi. And when I divide by pi over here, I'm going to get 9.41. And then I'm left with r squared on the right side. Then to solve this for r, I'm going to square root both sides. And then taking the square root of 9.41, I'm going to get 3.06 feet for the radius. And that concludes our video lesson.